I tried pasta chips again, this time salt and vinegar flavor. Start by boiling the pasta al dente, then drain and add 6 tablespoons of vinegar, half a tablespoon of sea salt, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Air fry at 400 for 10 to 15 minutes until they're golden and crispy. Enjoy alone or with sour cream and onion dip. So good.
You've made it to Pasta TikTok. You can't get fat here. In fact, you're safe here. It's carby, not vegan, not gluten-free. It's a guilt-free zone. Stay as long as you like.
This is going to take using lasagna pasta to a whole nother level. I'm about to show you how to do this. I boil some water, put the lasagna noodles in the pot, boil them up like you're making a lasagna, but that's not what we're doing here. We're going to cut them up, put them back inside, take your protein. I use shrimp. Pull it out the pan, use all the juices, and add your ingredients. I'll put them down below. Mix that sauce in there, put the pasta back inside, and this is how you make that Cajun creamy shrimp lasagna pasta.
Let's make baked feta pasta, mac and cheese, and let's make it spanakopita style. Add 2 blocks of feta to the center of a casserole dish. Then pour in a pound of dry macaroni or your small pasta of choice, along with 4 cups of half and half and 2 cups of water. Add a nice sized sprinkle of kosher salt, then give it a little bit of a stir. Next, drizzle your feta with some extra virgin olive oil and crack some fresh black pepper over top. Then pop in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. When it comes out, you know the drill. Break up the feta and start mixing everything together. I only added 4 cups of liquid before I put it in the oven, and I needed to add more, so that's why I told you to add 6. Add 2 cups of Parmesan cheese now, or you can add it at the beginning phase as well. Give that a stir, then add a bunch of spinach. You can add fresh or frozen, just make sure frozen is well drained and warmed up. Next, add your phyllo dough topping. I will show you how to do this in another video. Then just break in and enjoy. Where else can I take this trend?
It may not look like it, but this is actually one of my favorite tomato sauce recipes in the world. It's pure liquid gold and super easy to make. You're gonna heat up 3 tablespoons of olive oil in your pot, throw in 1 onion, 6 cloves of garlic minced, 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Cook this until it's nice and softened and lightly golden. Grab 3 pints of sun gold cherry tomatoes. Only get them in summer. Super sweet, gorgeous color. I'm gonna pop this into the pot, season it up with salt and pepper, and cook it down until the skin starts to blister and the whole thing gets nice and juicy. I'm gonna take a big pinch of saffron, grind it up, cover it in a 1/2 cup boiling water, and pour this right into the pot. We're gonna let this simmer for about 10 minutes until it's thickened up a little bit, and then we're gonna throw it into a blender to puree until it's nice and smooth. This color is so stunning, and then we're gonna finish it off with a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. I'm using a pound of Radiatori today, but you could also use rotini, any pasta you like. Stir it up, make it rain parm, and grab a bowl of a pasta that truly tastes like summer.
I see your pasta chips, and I raise you with a fitting upgrade.
Let's make crispy pasta the proper way.
Cook your pasta in salted boiling water, drain it well and set aside. Prepare a very cheesy bechamel sauce, then let it cool until hard enough to pipe with a piping bag. When you have finished to stuff your pasta shells, dust them in flour and then dip them into the seasoned egg wash. Now drain well and coat them with panko or breadcrumbs and repeat the operation for an extra crunch. Deep fat fry at 180 degrees until well golden, super crispy and truly delicious.
You must follow Food TikTok. Knowing how to make food from a box is not good enough. Knowing how to order food online is not impressive. Come to Food TikTok and I will show you how to cook such amazing food that your friends and family will be so impressed, and you'll always be showing off your amazing cooking skills.
This is not a ravioli recipe. This is the one and only uovo in raviolo San Domenico, a recipe icon for everyone who loves Italian cuisine. This pure delight of fresh pasta, spinach, ricotta and egg yolk was first created in the 70s in a 2 Michelin star Italian restaurant called San Domenico in the city of Imola. Since then, this dish has been on their menu without any changes, as it was already perfect. Countless of attempts of recreating this were made along the years, but trust me, nothing tastes like the original, which is finished off with grated cheese, seasonal truffle and brown butter like there is no tomorrow.
If you're on any sort of diet, just get out of here while you still can. I don't even want to waste your time with this one. You're going to melt 1 stick of butter and add about 8 to 10 cloves of garlic to it. Then you're going to add about a cup of cream and 4 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. Stir that in until the cream cheese melts. I went a little heavy with the parm. You're only supposed to add a half a cup, but it just felt like the right thing to do at the time. Then season it with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Stir that in, add a little bit of pasta water, and in goes 1 pound of fettuccine. I'm not even slightly exaggerating when I tell you this is the best fettuccine Alfredo you will ever have. You have to give this one a try. You're gonna love it.
This is my new favorite way to make pasta. I added whole wheat spaghetti into a casserole dish topped with onions, diced tomatoes, and garlic. I added half a jar of pasta sauce and 2 cups of water. Mix it up and then cover with aluminum foil. Check on it halfway through. I added half a cup more water. Once it's almost done, add on mozzarella cheese and Parmesan, put it back in the oven to melt the cheese, serve and enjoy.
Hey Alia, what do you think we should make today?
Dude, we should make a lemon garlic Parmesan pasta bake.
Yes, I'm totally down for that. Okay, so what do we do?
Okay, so first you're gonna take uncooked pasta noodles, add broth, salt, and a bunch of garlic.
And then mix it together, and then we're gonna bake it in the oven until it's done, and then we're gonna add all these amazing ingredients.
Yeah, we should add lemon juice.
Yes, heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese.
And don't forget the parsley roll.
Oh, we definitely need to add parsley. Okay, and then we're gonna mix it together to get all the cheesy goodness together and well combined, but we gotta try it and make sure it tastes good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you think it's gonna be good?
I think it's gonna be bomb.
All right, let's try it. I'm ready, okay. I'm ready.
I'm ready, me too.
Let's go. Oh yeah.
So good.
Okay, here's my recipe for a basic fresh pasta dough. You can do this on your counter, in a bowl, in a mixer, or even a food processor. I start with 300 grams of flour, which is a little less than 2.5 cups. I add 3 eggs and then start slowly mixing it together. Keep incorporating more and more of the flour until it starts to come together. Then I use a bench scraper to keep combining it until I can form a loose ball of dough. If your dough is really crumbly, you can add a little bit of water, but if it's too sticky or slimy, you may need to add a little bit of extra flour. Once the dough has formed a ball, you should knead it for about 5 to 10 minutes until it's smooth and beautiful and is not sticking to your surface. Wrap it up in plastic wrap and let it rest for at least half an hour, and then you're ready to turn it into whatever shape pasta you want.
Today I'm doing my twist on the tomato feta pasta recipe. That's a mouthful.
You know what this recipe's lacking? A little meat. I'm gonna start with some pancetta.
Now we're gonna chop up some garlic.
Let's add the garlic to the pancetta. Add some nice colorful tomatoes. Pepper, salt, some oregano, and add the hunk of feta cheese. Top it off with a little more olive oil and some parsley. Add some garlic powder.
Stick it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes.
Chop up some basil. Add the pasta. Add some spinach. Mix it up. Add a scoop of pasta water. And the pasta. Add the fresh basil. Add some Parmesan cheese.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
If you have a hard time eating healthy, I'm going to show you my easy, high-protein meal prep for the next 3 days. For the sauce, I'm using this spinach and artichoke dip from Trader Joe's and adding that into a pan, as well as some onion and garlic. And add in your tomatoes. I'm using canned tomatoes, but you can also use cherry tomatoes, as well as some mushrooms. And season it with some salt and pepper, red chili flakes, and olive oil. Bake this in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. For the pasta, we're using this Banza chickpea pasta because it's high in protein. And then season your chicken with garlic salt, black pepper, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, and basil. Cook in the air fryer for 15 minutes. Then combine the pasta and the sauce. Transfer it into your containers and add the chicken on top.
It's time for another mac and cheese hack. And this time, we're doing it tuna melt style. Add a 6-ounce block each of extra sharp cheddar and American cheese to the center of a casserole dish. Then add 1 pound of dry shell pasta, 2 3/4 cups each of bone broth and whole milk, 12 ounces of canned tuna, 10 ounces of cottage cheese blended up, and of course you're going to want to season the whole thing with some kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Move the noodles around just a little bit to loosen them up, then stick in a 350-degree oven for 55 minutes, taking it out halfway to stir the outside edges. Once it's out, you know the drill. Mix everything up until it's fully combined. At this point, I decided I wanted to add some celery seed and some paprika, for you guys. And for color, I think it looks nice. Check for seasoning, then top the whole thing with thinly sliced fresh tomatoes and crushed Ritz crackers. No joke, this is one of my favorite things I've ever made. I loved it. Where else am I going with this? Let's make flour laminated fresh pasta. First, add your flour to a clean work surface, and then using a bowl or a ladle, kind of create a well in the center of it. Next, add your eggs, a little bit of olive oil, and a pinch of salt. Start bringing that mixture together with a fork. Once it comes together enough, you can start to use your hands and really knead it. Once you've kneaded your dough and it's nice and springy, let it rest for a little while before you roll it out. Since we're making laminated pasta today, we want to make sure our pasta sheets are especially thin. Once that pasta dough is paper thin, lay it onto a clean and floured work surface, and then you can start laying your flowers and fresh basil on top. Once you've arranged all your flowers, you can go ahead and add your other sheet of pasta right on top. Go over the whole thing with a rolling pin, and then you can actually run it through your pasta machine again to make sure it's nice and compressed. Once your pasta is laminated, then you just have to trim the edges and slice it up to the thickness that you like. How crazy gorgeous is this pasta really, though? I cannot wait to do an all-herb version. Have you guys seen what I made with this yet?
You